Good afternoon. My name is Brian Makris. I'm here with Home Choice Lending, and we're doing our Grit Matters. And today we're going to talk about grit and what it means out there. So for those of you that have seen Angela Duckworth, she did her paper on defining what success is. And she interviewed Ivy League school from Harvard and Yale. She went to doctors, she went to attorneys, she went to business owners, and she was trying to find out what really is the difference between success and failure. And the one thing that she came up with after doing all of that due diligence is grit at the end of the day was the ability to get up, take failure, move forward, and do it again. So because we're in the trenches, we're showing houses, we're in real estate, we do all kinds of, grindy, gritty things all the time. This is really kind of struck home with me when I started this and I came up with the podcast Grit Matters. But today I'd like to introduce a special guest. We have Munise Ulker. She is the owner and broker owner of Home Smart, and she's located right here in Bedford, New Hampshire. And first of all, I want to thank you for joining us today. So thanks for coming out.
You're welcome, Brian. Thank you.
So I want to talk a little bit about Home Smart. Home Smart is literally like off the charts. Their growth has been huge. I know locally you continue to add agents, pretty much all the time. I always say a new agent joined you, and I'm like, I know where they used to be, and they joined you, and another agent from another place joined you as well. So what's really kind of the grit behind all of that? What's making that growth happen?
We provide a lot of great services to our agents, in addition to having 100% commission. So there is no commission split for our agents. They are paying just a flat fee to our brokerage, and we help our agents to save thousands of dollars every year. And it's not just like a small flat fee office. It's also providing 100% support technology and leads, you name it, they get it all, and a huge support for our agents. Even though we are large in 43 states, they are still getting individual attention. That's the biggest difference.
So I got to back up. I just put this
Sure.
up on the screen. 100% for agents. That is unheard of in today's marketplace. So if you have $1 million home, they're not paying a big percentage to the agency. They're paying a flat fee on there. Is that right?
Yes, that's not a fat fee. That's a flat fee. You're right.
Yeah, exactly right. So it's a flat fee. So that's amazing.
Yes.
So that does give you a real big competitive edge. When you get out there in the marketplace, agents out there, this is that piece. They can put that money back into marketing, which would normally just go to the agency. Okay, so that's a huge. So here we were talking about growth earlier, and we can see this. Everyone says the hockey stick is one of the analogies that it just kind of shoots up. And you guys started with 2 agents, and you can see the growth now. And obviously from 2016 to 22, you've broken 25,000 agents. And that has a lot to do with what we're doing and how we're doing it.
Exactly. The times are changing. So we are changing the industry by providing more services with little fee. And the agents are seeing that. They are appreciating what we offer, and it makes the whole change for them. And it helps them to grow their business, just like what you mentioned. When they have the extra dollars in their own pocket instead of the brokers, now they can hire an assistant, pay more for their clients, get more leads, or just invest it back into their business and have bigger sales the next year. So it's just like a big chain of events, and they win at the end. They know that.
Okay, gotcha. So that 100% piece is good. Now, we talked a little bit off camera. You were talking about something that not a lot of people are doing. You're now offering benefits. I'm going to jump to that. Let's talk about that for a second. So most of the time, real estate agents don't have the ability to go get health care. Tell me a little bit about what you guys are doing and how it's different.
For real estate agents, if you have a spouse that has health benefits, that's fantastic. If there isn't one, then you are kind of stuck paying a higher fee to private services or private insurance. So HomeSmart negotiated a group deal.
Love it.
And now you can opt in, and you can get individual customized quote for your own family or for yourself, and you can join the group.
Yeah, I mean, that's been the black hole for the longest time, trying to figure out how to get coverage. And that's been one of the things that hinders people from getting into the business is they have children, they have families, they need that health care, no ifs, ands, or buts. I want to talk a little bit about marketing. Okay, you guys are on the cutting edge. You're growing rapidly. I see, first of all, lighted signs, and as you see on that screen, they'll kind of fade in, fade out. First of all, that stands out at night, no ifs, ands, or buts.
Definitely. Well, we are saving our agents time. And the technology is changing every day, and it's so hard to keep up with. And even the Facebook keeps changing their algorithm every time. And so we are supporting them on that end. And for example, if you go into the details, if you're an agent and you have a listing, our system communicates with the MLS directly. In 1 minute, you're going to have a website for your listing, a YouTube video for your listing, and you have a bunch of different options for a flyer. If you have an open house, then there you go. And we are using a different CRM system, so you can customize exactly which zip code you would like to advertise your listing at.
I love it.
If you think that property is going to bring you buyers from New York, California, Arizona, you're welcome to use that.
No kidding. So if you were selling a home in Hampton on the beach,
Yep.
and you might have somebody who's looking for a second home up here, you can target that audience.
Considering 25% of the buyers are coming from out of state to New Hampshire, that works.
That's massive. That's
Yes.
massive. That's great. So marketing is a huge edge. I'm going to touch base on one thing that probably everybody wants to chat with you about, okay? What's going on in the marketplace today, and what are you seeing, and is things changing, or is it still a seller's market? Give me kind of your insight. I know you're the broker owner. I know you probably are constantly reading data from your headquarters, so tell me a little bit about what's going on.
Well, I wish I had better news for the buyers, but it still is a very strong seller's market, and we are thinking it's going to appreciate a little bit more this year. And I just got some numbers from last year, January 2021. Between New Hampshire and Massachusetts, the average listing price was $632,000.
Okay.
And just this month, that price is $680,000. So that's around like 6% appreciation. And as we know, for example, like Bedford, some towns got even higher than that, and I've seen up to 13% appreciation. I think it's going to continue going up, and the rates are changing a little bit, which you know much more than I do.
Yeah, they're up ever so slightly. You're absolutely right.
Yes. So within that perspective, some buyers may not be able to qualify for the house that they were aiming at. Because now with the rate change, instead of 600, now they can go up to 550.
Correct. Okay.
So that's my intake on that.
So do you see right now when you're advising, if you're the seller side and you're talking to your sellers, are you basically kind of communicating, hey, highest and best, or escalation clauses, or waiving inspections? What are you seeing for offers, and what are you recommending for offers? Are we at this point where people are still waiving inspections when you're putting offers out there?
Oh boy.
It's another can of worms.
Oh yes, it is. It's fantastic when you're on the seller side.
Okay.
But when you're on the buyer side, you have to go full force. If you're questioning the property, or if you're questioning your finances, you're not going to get that.
Okay.
Of course, waiving the inspection, paying for the gap for the appraisal, if any. Speed is essential.
Okay.
You need to be ready. And just escalation clauses don't work anymore.
They don't. Okay.
They don't,
So
because
highest and best, and then appraisal shortages are your two most valuable tools right now. If a buyer can cover a $5,000 or a $10,000 or $15,000 shortage, they need to make sure they express that to you when they're making that offer.
Exactly. So when the seller receives 15 offers, they don't have the time, or they don't want to go back to each and every single one of the offers and, well, would you want to come up, or if you want to bring up your appraisal on the escalation clause. So just go with the full force.
Okay. So if somebody's thinking about starting a career or wants to explore the opportunities that Home Smart has, this is the best way to get in touch with you. They can send you a text message to that number listed up on the board there. They can also email you, and then you have a local office here in Bedford. You're also in Salem, and you handle pretty much all of New Hampshire and northern Massachusetts. Is that right?
Southern New Hampshire and northern Mass, yes.
Okay, perfect. Well, Munise, I really appreciate you coming on today. I appreciate your insight and your knowledge about the marketplace. And if you have any breaking news, don't hesitate. Get in touch with me. Let's get back on here, and we'll get it out there. So I appreciate your time.
Well, thank you very much for asking me, Brian.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye-bye.